Today's video is for those of you who are deciding whether or not to go into contact with a toxic person. Ending a relationship with anyone is a huge decision, in particular when it comes to family members, though. If you read anything about people who are victims of narcissistic abuse, they frequently are told just go no contact. No contact is a very viable option for victims, and usually it is the best one. However, it's also not an easy solution. I have yet to talk to one person who has implemented no contact that came to that decision easily. It usually came after months or even years of wondering if there was any other solution, as well as much work trying to turn a toxic relationship into a healthy one. The purpose of today's video is to help you gain some clarity on whether or not no contact is your best option. To start with, I always recommend prayer. Ask God to show you the truth about your relationship, what you should do, how to handle the situation, as well as to give you strength, courage, and wisdom to do what is best. Then consider your relationship. Now, there's a big difference between someone who's abusive and someone with whom you just simply don't get along. Personality clashes can be very challenging and frustrating, I'm sure, but they also don't leave a person feeling badly about themselves or even doubting their insanity. How does your relationship make you feel? Is it really toxic like that, or is it a simple personality clash? It's something you need to consider. Also, are you the only one in the relationship who's trying to make it healthy? If so, this is bad. If not, this is a sign this person is not toxic. Does the other person make excuses or blame you for their bad behavior? Do you come away from a confrontation feeling as if you're the problem every single time? If so, that's a huge red flag. Healthy people accept responsibility for what they do wrong. They also apologize and try to fix things when possible and change their behavior as well. Now, how does this other person react to you setting reasonable boundaries? Healthy people are fine with boundaries. Unhealthy people are not. They get angry, they pout, they become passive-aggressive, they ignore or mock your boundaries. Now, probably by now, you have a little more clarity of whether or not you should end this relationship. If you think you need to end it, there are other things you need to consider too, especially if this person's a family member. Possibly the most important thing to consider is this. If you go no contact, will you be able to stay no contact no matter what? Going no contact and later resuming that relationship with an abuser never ends well for a victim. The reason being is abusers see this as a victim having weak boundaries that mean absolutely nothing. They can be trampled over with no real consequences for the abuser. This means an abuser will behave worse than ever when they understand this. For your own peace of mind, I also believe it's very important to know that you tried your best in the relationship. No, one person cannot fix any relationship on their own, I'm not saying that. But having peace of mind knowing you did your best is extremely beneficial. So many abusers do anything they can to make a victim think they just didn't do enough before severing ties, or that if they would have just done this one little thing, the relationship wouldn't have failed. When you truly know you did your best, those sort of tactics won't work. Going no contact also means losing friends and family who side with the abuser. You need to be aware that that's going to happen, and it's going to happen even with those you never expected to abandon you. Lastly, what do you feel in your heart is the right move for you to make? Instincts are a wonderful thing, and I believe they're also God's still small voice speaking to us. Trust what you feel, and you'll know if no contact is the right decision for you or not. Thank you for watching my video.